Hey there, Board Game Brody here with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. I'm going to bring it in close here because I have this small game, Clash of Corgis, a card game full of corgis, of course. This game comes with cards where you can play 3 unique games with the same cards. The original game, the Treasure Island game, and then Capture the Illusionist. First, the original. You are trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand, and the first one who does wins the game. You will be dealt out a hand of 12 cards to begin. Players play in rounds, playing cards together to form a combo until a player can no longer make a combo or chooses not to. The player who last played with their unbeaten combo will then start the new round. Play continues until one player gets rid of all of their cards from their hand. Now, when first starting a round, you can play a combo to the middle of the table. A combo can be one of 5 different types: a single card, a pair of cards, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, or 5 of a kind. After playing, the player can activate one card effect on one of the cards that they played, if possible. If there is a combo on the table already, you will need to beat that combo by matching the same type of combo from your hand. So if it's a pair, you have to also play a pair. But also, your cards have to be higher in number than the current combo present. As players play combos on top of others, the top cards become the leading combo that now the next player needs to beat. If you cannot beat or don't want to use your cards to beat the current leading combo, then you could also pass. The round ends when a player plays a combo and no other players are able to beat it, or all players decide to pass. The player with the unbeaten combo then takes the cards in the middle of the table to set aside, and then they start a new round. This continues until a player gets rid of all of their cards in their hand, then that player wins the game. Many of the abilities of the cards target the next player or give you some type of advantage. Cards are numbered 1 through 9, and then an ace beats a 9, and then the wild with, a star on it, it beats any rank. But wilds cannot be used in combinations with other non-wild cards, so they need to be paired together or used as a single card combo. The original might remind you a little bit about other, standard card games, shedding card games that, you might have played before, except now you have new abilities tied with the cards that change the game up a little bit. The abilities are not printed on the cards, but rather on a player aid card, so you will have to reference it when playing the game. Next is Treasure Island. Here, you will aim to earn and gain points, referred to as loot, by building a party of fighters to defeat the foes. You will use cards for their strength, and each has an effect, but also you want to gain bonus effects to win the game as well. The first player to 10 points wins this game. Players take turns in the clockwise direction, and on your turn, you will perform 3 things. First, you will draw 3 cards from the deck. Next, you can play 1 card face up in front of you, so to form your own party. If you have 2 cards in your party already, you can choose to replace one with a card from your hand, discarding the one replaced. After you play a card to your party, you can then take its card effect if possible. Next, you fight, if you'd like. But to do so, you need to have at least 1 card in your party. You can choose to take 1, 2, or 3 cards from the top of the deck and keep them face down, placing them in the middle of the table. These cards are known as your foes. You will then flip those over face up for all players to see and compare the sum of that party's rank versus the sum of your party's rank and see who wins. The ace and the wild are treated as 10 in value, and then you will either win or lose. You win if your sum of your party is greater than the total sum of the foes. You will then take the foes and place them as loot face up into your loot pile. If you lose because their sum is higher or even equal to your party, then the foes are discarded. They got away with the loot. Lastly, you will discard all cards in your party to the discard pile. Cards have their own effects, but also unique effects can be triggered if you have 2 cards of the same suit, or if you have the same rank numbers of cards. This will also cause a unique effect to help you beat the current foes that you're fighting against. The first player, again, to get 10 wins this game. This is like a variation of war, maybe, making the game a little more strategic, though, and not just flipping over and comparing the cards, but you have all the effects that you can use and also trying to pair them up. The last game is Capture the Illusionist. This is a 2-player card game where you will be tested on your memory, your deduction, and some luck to reveal the opponent's cards to capture their illusionist. The player who captures their opponent's illusionist twice wins this game. Each player will have 11 cards of the same suit, and all other cards are then not used for the game. These cards are shuffled, and you will take 8 of them without looking and rearrange them in 2 rows of 4 face down. The remaining 3 cards go to your hand. You cannot rearrange the cards or look at them unless a card effect allows you to. Players then take turns where they will look at one hidden card on the table that belongs to, you and return it back face down. You will then select a card from your hand or table to activate, unless it has already been used and is in the rested position, which is horizontal on the table. If the card is hidden, a hidden card, you will flip it over and then you will activate its effect. If it is in your hand, you will flip it over into your exposed hand row, and after using the card's ability, it will turn horizontal into the rested position. You will then change positions of all revealed cards to the vertical, except cards that you just used. They will continue in the rested position. To win, you need to reveal your opponent's illusionist by using an ability of one of your cards. You or your opponent can save the illusionist by discarding your ace wherever it's at. But you have to know where it's at. Or you can guess once and see what happens. And well, that's Clash of Corgis. 3 games with 1 deck of these doggy cards. The 3 games are relatively easy to learn and play. They might remind you of some of the classic card games out there, but they also each have special card abilities to change those games up. I wish they added the abilities that they have onto the cards, even if they, had 3 different sections on the card for the 3 different games. It just takes more time to, have to take a look at the player aid every time that you played one of the games to know what the card does instead of just looking at your own cards. The art, though, is fun, and, well, it's a bunch of corgis, of course, and you will be interested in that if you like corgis or dogs. The game says it's for 13 years and older, but in reality, I think you could play this as a 7 or 8-year-old. Again, this is Brody with Let's Table It, where we get games to the table. Like this one, Clash of Corgis, a 3-in-1 card game of fantasy-looking doggies. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We are working hard to bring to you videos like this one so you know if these games are ones that you want to get to your own table.